Hello, hello, everyone. Well, it's not time for. Ow. Well, it's not time for work yet. I came in early. Ain't supposed to be here until 3 o'clock. Hey, Jamie, how you doing, brother? So, yeah, I clocked into. I went to work early. I'm not used to that. But anyways, I need to go get some stuff and everything. So just gonna do a shopping stream. Yeah, I'm good, brother. How about you? Congratulations. I'm glad, brother. Yeah, it was only like 20 days, and I was back to normal. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, cleaned out the car. Got all my bushcraft stuff and everything in the far back. Just in case, because you never know. You seriously never know when something's going to happen. But, yeah. Cheers, brother. So, my idea was I gotta go to the buy all pay all Walmart, and might as well, you know how Matthew is. You know how Matthew is. He's got a, hey, crazy girl, how you doing, sis? Uncle Ghost, Uncle Ghost, how you doing, Ghosty Ghost? I don't know. I don't know yet, Jamie. That's what I'm gonna go and see. I'm gonna go see if there's any more rice and beans and stuff like that I can stock up on, because here in Texas we have no chicken. You're just jealous of my pink shirt, there, Ghost. You're jealous you can't rock the pink. It's let's say flamboyant on me, something like that, I guess. Flamboyant something. Ugh, can't hold it like that. Anyways, so gonna go see what I know. Oh, I know, Ghost. It's good to see you back. It's good to see you back, Ghost. I missed you, brother. I know. I was supposed to go to work, And I got into work, and they told me to turn around and go back home and not come in until 3. And I was like, what? Okay. How's my sis doing, Ghost? How is Ripley doing? I'm surprised you didn't say anything about my haircut, Ghost. I'm trying to be a European, model. Anyways, yeah. Hi, Ripley. Hi, sis. Things. How's the grocery stores and everything up there where you are, Ghost? Has anything changed, or y'all still receiving deliveries? Oh, thank you, Ghost. I just, I've heard, I've seen things like Quaker Oats. Um, oh, who else? General Mills and stuff like that. They're all like sending people home lately because the stock and like the distribution of specific materials that they need, like honey and oats and stuff like that, is on. They're not getting enough. Are they? How's the meat situation? Is it the same way? I mean, did they give you the exact same reasons that they gave us? Hey, Urban, how you doing? What's up, Derek? Because Texas, we can't get chicken. We can't get fresh chicken or any chicken products here. Hey, Guardian, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, Guardian. But yeah, they stopped the production of chicken here in Texas because supposedly 5 major chicken farms, their chickens came down with the bird flu. So all our chicken products, canned chickens, everything for the last 2 months have been recalled. They're even doing a reimbursement. Like if you bought fresh chicken or anything like that 2 months ago, and it's been in your freezer or anything like that, they are literally paying you to bring it to the store to be disposed of. Hey, Mitz, how you doing? Thank you, crazy girl. But yeah, they said they got some they got some breeds of chicken from Mexico, and they were contaminated with the bird flu, and all their chickens, like last week I heard that they euthanized over 20,000 chickens here in Texas because of the bird flu. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Ghost. So, like I've been like I'm saying, it's that's why I was doing this live stream. I'm literally having to go close to like maybe 50 miles away from where I am to get anything, because the local grocery stores and everything where I am is completely bare. I saw I saw two old ladies, and like older ladies in their 60s, fighting for the last bit of beef tripe to make menudo and everything with. And if y'all don't know what tripe is, it's intestines. It's cow intestines. Hey, Christy says. Yeah, there's there's something going on, and nobody's wanting to address the issue, because supposedly, Texas is supposed to be one of the most self-sufficient states, and we can secede from the, America and become our own country. And that's BS, because it's showing right now that we have too many people in the state of Texas to support with food, let alone, jobs or money or anything else. Thank y'all. Hey, Christy sis. So when I get to this, we're gonna see how bad the Walmart is where I'm going. Walmart. I'm gonna see if that giant stopping by is has been damaged or anything with the distribution problems that's going on. I mean, even our local grocery stores here, it's called HEB. They are, they even have a factory, and they make their own name brand groceries, like drinks, food, stuff like that. And they don't even have enough workers or enough materials to make food for their own, factory. Yeah, yeah. The sin of America, Walmart. It's Hey David, how you doing, brother? You know, I'm all for supporting local groceries, local mom and pop places and stuff like that, but in this time right now, with everything that's going, you can't support mom and pop locations, because I mean, even if the big conglomerate places are running out of stock, the smaller mom and pop places are definitely hurting, because on the distribution chain, it's going. everything is going to go to the bigger stores. And the smaller stores are going to get whatever's left over, if there's anything left over. Yes, sir, Ghost. Yes, sir. I mean, and the bad thing about it is nobody is seeing what's happening, you know? There's still people going to grocery stores and buying for daily needs instead of buying everything that they need and stocking up and planning. They still say, oh, the grocery store's still there. I can just go there and get whatever I need and be done. And it'll always be there. I'll always have groceries, so I don't have to worry about stocking up on anything. But as we know, like, look at the beginning of the pandemic, right? The beginning of the pandemic showed how people fear. Hey, Wolf Girl, how you doing, sis? I mean, if everybody went bat shit crazy and started, you know, buying out toilet paper over food, and that was at the beginning. People were so afraid of running out of toilet paper that they literally ran out of toilet paper, paper products. And now it's food on top of everything else. Hey, Steven, how you doing, brother? Yeah, I'm don't have to be at work until 3. I went and clocked in. I went to work and thought I was going to go to be working right now, and they were like, "Nope, go home, come back in 3 hours." I'm like, "Well, what am I going to do for 3 hours?" I know, go live with all you fun people. I'm all right. I'm all right, Wolf Girl. Yeah, I don't know. I know right now the first thing that was going wrong in our grocery stores and everything was the lack of grain. So we couldn't, uh, so we were running out of bread, and their deli and everything makes fresh, fresh pastries, fresh bread, stuff like that. And first it hit the delis. The delis didn't have enough flour or anything like that to make fresh bread. Then the actual big bread companies started rationing bread. I mean, it's easy to make bread. You can make bread at home. You can make cornbread. You can make regular bread. You can make bread out of pretty much anything. You can make squash bread. You can make banana bread. You can make beer bread. That's not that's a fear, but it is to a majority of normal humans, because normal humans don't know how to do any of that stuff. Hey, CR brother, how you doing? Well, thank you, Stephen. Guardian, I believe we are right now in the first world countries actually in the SHTF situation right now. I mean, from food not being able to be distributed to people literally robbing supply trains in California and people literally breaking into um, um, shipment containers, like shipment trucks. There was a truck over here that had they had a shipment of meat, beef, and everything that was supposed to go to HEB, and it pulled over on the side of the road because our truck drivers can only drive 8 hours a day. Then they have to they drive 8 hours and sleep for 8 hours. And while that truck driver was asleep, somebody used a bolt cutter, cut open and cut off the lock, opened up the trailer, and started stealing all the fresh meat and everything out of it. And it wasn't just one truck. There was like 5 trucks there loading up the bed of their truck with fresh meat. I mean, if you look at the news and everything that's going on, it's already happening. People are literally turning on each other in grocery stores and fighting each other for cans of soup or whatever. I mean, it's almost as bad as like shopping on Black Friday here, 20 years ago, where people would fight over a piece of plastic toy for their child, but now they're fighting over food in grocery stores. Hey, Pastelai, how you doing, Elvis? Hey, Nightmare Brother, how you doing? Hey, Domo Nene. But I'm here. I just pulled in. I'm going to have a smoke real quick. And we're going to go in and we're going to see firsthand on how America is falling right now. Well, and it's not just going to be America. You got to realize that every place is hurting. Every place is going to get worse. This is the tip of the iceberg. And you know what the old saying is, shit rolls downhill. So if you're seeing it firsthand here in Texas, of all places, which is supposed to be the beef capital of the world, it's going to happen through the Midwest. It's going to happen. We're still trying to recuperate from the flooding that happened 5 years ago in the Midwest that killed so many thousands of livestock, destroyed thousands and thousands of farms. We are still recovering from that, and we never recovered from it. And now on top of this, with lack of workers, lack of distribution, people, rioting, it's going bad. But we are at, look, this place, I mean, even though it's Walmart and everything, but everybody is coming out with food. Everybody is coming out with water. They're even rationing water out here, okay? Bottles of water. 24 packs of water used to be like $3. You know, $3.50 for 24 pack of water, right? In the last 2 weeks, that $3.50 pack, 24 pack, is now $7 for the exact same thing that it was 2 weeks ago. Right, CR. Oh. But I know it's hitting parts of the UK, certain parts of the UK where certain stores are running out of food and stuff like that. Price gouging. It's not in major parts of the UK, but certain parts of, England at least. I think certain parts of Manchester. One of the people that I follow and everything over in the UK, his name's Funky Prepper, and he showed that 5 or 6 grocery stores had nothing. Yeah, that's the best thing that you can do, Christy, is get a water filter. I mean, if you have a clean, drinkable source of water, have a water filter, have a Berkeley, a home tap water filtration system, something like that. Mm-hmm. Right, CR. Yes, Guardian. Funky is awesome. But, even Funky, me and Funky has been telling people to prepare like this for the last, year. And now people are finally recognizing that it is going down. And Funky's been trying to help the UK community for so long, and people were just like, "Oh, it's just a phase. It'll go on, whatever, But I'll show y'all what's going on out here. Then I'll do an open panel, and I'll let people on, and we can discuss what's going on and how we as individuals, because here's the thing, the idea of having a community, having people that you can trust and everything, when it comes to food, you can't trust people. When it comes to hunger, you cannot trust people. I hate saying it, but you can't. You cannot trust people when they are starving. They will do anything and everything to be able to eat what they want when they want. Right, David. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're now substituting lower red. I mean, it's all the same stuff. Don't get me wrong. Instead of Green Giant or whatever, like Green Giant canned green beans, you can get Clover Valley green beans. It's the same thing. It's the same process. It's just a different brand. I would look into that, Christy. Make a whale system. Or a way to actually, even if you have to get one of the old school hand pump systems that pulls from the water source to where you are, that helps. I mean, I don't want to sound like that, Guardian. I don't want to sound like don't trust anybody. Don't, but in situations like this, if people will start to think, oh, you got more of a helping than I did, you got more of this than I did, and things start playing mind games on them. Even if you took, a fourth of what it was, and your portion is smaller, they're going to see that, and they're still going to measure it out by sight. And we all know how humans are on accountability of seeing something and accurately judge it. But that's why the lone wolf thing in a food shortage is better. It's a better idea than a community in a food shortage. Right? Yeah, David. Right, Guardian. See, and I'm the same way, brother. I'm the same way. I just look at the pros and cons to everything, because you're dealing with other humans in a group scenario, and humans are the one thing in this world that cannot be trusted. I mean, that means if you're the sole proprietor of the food storage, people are going to think, why are you guarding the food? Why can't I guard the food? Why can't this person guard the food? Because you don't know who will break in, who will eat rations. I mean, look how many groups on ships and everything. How many crews on ships? Like, people were killed and everything on ships for stealing rations, eating, because humans will do that when they get hungry. They will steal, they will lie, they will cheat, they'll do whatever they need to do to get what they want. I don't know. All right. Let me flip this around. Settings, camera, back. All right. Let me put my mask on, because I already got the sickness once. I'm not doing it again. Anyways, let's go to the wonderful. Your gas tank's open, ma'am. You want me to shut it for you?
Yeah.
No problem. You have a good one. All right. Okay. Usually my phones. Uh, lose signal at Walmart's. That's why I don't like going to Walmart. But gonna see fruit, but that's not native to your place. You're gonna start seeing it run out, like oranges, limes, stuff like that. That is not native to your region or whatever. Tomatoes, they're going. Apples, a lot of apples and stuff don't grow here. So there's a few apples that grow here, but not a majority of them, especially things like coconuts. And most people don't know how to eat exotic fruits and everything, so they're not going to be touched. Um, um, I was going to go, but there's too many people. And like the stuff that's needed, they're running out. Doesn't look like it, but you also got to think Walmart's a bigger, like all the fresh bread is out. Oh, thank you, Eli brother. How you doing? Right, see her. Another thing is, don't worry about the frozen food. The frozen food will stay around because it's frozen. It can't turn storage. But the wheat and like things that are used with oats and everything, like oats and stuff, like waffles and everything, they're dwindling. A lot of the stuff you're seeing certain things go out. But that's one thing you don't have to really worry about is frozen. But like I said, Walmart's a big place. You know, they have stockpiles and stockpiles and back stock of this, like bread. And they, oop, big places will get their stocks. They'll get their stocks before anybody else. But let's see. This ain't bad. This Walmart ain't bad at all. but I'm also like 50 miles away from anywhere in a rural part of Texas. But even like the cornmeal, stuff like that, that's still here. The beans are almost out. Yeah. And see, this place isn't that bad. This place is at least has like maybe 1,000 people in it. So even the meat, they still have meat and everything. Oh, here we go. All the pasta and everything's gone. They have no pasta whatsoever. A few scraping boxes, medium shells, elbow macaroni, some vermicelli. Like, then see, because the majority of people, they don't really know how to cook. So this is what they go for. They don't know how to use fresh ingredients or anything. They'd rather pop open a can and eat that. Something that has instructions for them to use. Oh, go ahead, sir. You're good. Let's go see how their flour is. And you know what's funny? Nobody touches the spices. I've noticed that with nobody touches spices. I don't understand why. Spices is what flavors your food. Video places that I've been to that at all. Good old tea kettle, 772. Crackers. This is what I was talking about. Like, now we're seeing what's going on. Going to the water right now. All the water, but yeah, the fruit juices or anything or cokes. I know cokes and everything. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like the vendors and everything are going to go to bigger. The vendors are going to go to the bigger stores first before any small places. Like you just see that the vendor stuff has been stocked completely. I don't know. Let's see if they're going crazy on it again. Yeah, it looks like they're going crazy on toilet again. Yeah, it's cheaper. It's cheaper, brother, to get a water filter. But the thing is also to have a. You also have to look at being around a source of water too. I mean, if you're not near a flowing source of water that's within walking distance, I mean, it's useless to have a water filter. That's the bad thing. Let's go over to the camping section. We'll talk about water filters and stuff. Yeah, yeah. We'll go over to the camping section. I'll I'll show you all. Really, the two major water filters is Life Straw, I am. Well, it's more Catadine and Sawyer minis. Live straws, they are good, but the bad thing about live straws is one straw can only filter up to 100 gallons, where you can get a Sawyer mini for cheaper. Like a live straw runs about $35 for one filter. It's good to take with you when you're hiking or whatever, but for long-term use, they're not good. Um, but a Sawyer Mini can filter up to 100,000 gallons for $20. Catadines, on the other hand, they're expensive, but they are usable forever. They don't have a end date on their filtration. Oh, excuse me. All their guns are bought out. Every gun is bought out. Hey, Oakham, how you doing? But the thing, the thing is, you can't just go out and buy a Catadine anywhere. The best thing, look, even the Sawyer Minis, they used to be $20. Now they're $30. $30 in the last like 2 months. These have went up $10. You can get the gravitation filter for $38. I mean, you can always go with portable aqua tablets. They're good, but it takes forever for it to purify. The best thing to do is get one of these 5-gallon solar showers, take off the top, connect it to one of these, and you have a flowing 5-gallon bucket of water to drink out of. I do use the pills, but I mean, I have backups of these. I have backups of these specific ones. I don't like using them because they have a chlorine taste, like chemical taste to me. Sorry, but here you go. 7-gallon bucket. It's got a tap inside. You just set it like this, and you got water. But this is the last one they have. And whatever you do, do not rely on these. Do not. These are only for emergencies for a reason. And look, it's already busted open. How you doing? Best thing that you can do, get one of these good old percolators. Boil water, make coffee, everything in it. $20 for that thing now. Or you can get an old school $10 tea kettle. Sorry. It's all in the way of looking. And whatever you do not buy these things. Look, this is $8.94 for beef stroganoff and noodles. Alright? Yeah, it's supposed to feed 2 people, and that's BS, because this will feed me by myself. But I can buy the exact same thing for $1 over in the food section, if it's still around. Pretty much, you're going to have to come to the camping section and everything if things go the way that it's going. Because in end times, nobody's going to think about coming to the camping section to find food, you know? Alright, so I'm going to send out a link. I can have up to 5 people on with me. I don't, you know, I'm poor, so I can't afford. good StreamYard. Alright, I'm going to send a link off. A link to y'all. I came here for shoes. I forgot. My shoes are talking to me. I gotta get shoes. Hold on real quick. Let me do this. Invite. Anybody is welcome. Copy. Yeah, you can use cheesecloth. You can use anything to pre-filter water, sis. The purification, you're still going to have to boil it. Excuse me. You're fine. Anything can be used as a pre-filter. Post. Paste. Send. Alright. So the link's out there if anybody wants to join. Oh yeah. Mm, 9, 14, 10, 9. A boot still won't. All of that. Going shoe shopping. And the zip up on the sides. Yeah, if any of y'all want to come up, y'all are free to come up.
Hey, brother.
Peace,
You
sis.
look wonderful. How are you?
No, don't feel bad. I'm the same way. I look wonderful too.
Getting new shoes?
Yeah, new boots. Yeah. I got. Oh.
You probably go through them, don't you? All the walking you do.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'll pick these. They're good. They work. So, what are you up to? Yeah, new boots. He can smell the leather. Oh! Getting old. Getting too old. Scan and go. Scan and go. That's what all I do.
Yeah. Carl asked, how much are those boots?
I don't have to go. Please. The about the Walmart. I mean, I'm gonna hold up to the true. Yeah, comes out to $32 for them.
That's not too bad.
Taxes and everything, $29.77. Then taxes make it 30. They do the job.
Hey, I just found
I
out we're
mean,
losing food tax in Missouri. We don't have to pay food tax anymore.
nice.
Right?
Yeah, we don't have to pay food tax here in Texas
Yeah,
either.
they'll just add it somewhere else to make it up.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. That's how they do. Give me my receipt. Show that I bought it.
You can write that off, can't you? You can write that off tax time, can't you?
Oh,
because it's work,
thank you.
like work related.
Well,
Yeah, Kirsty, I'm in Missouri.
I get a credit through work for them.
Ooh, Kirsty. Oh, do you?
Yeah,
That's cool.
You need to see my receipt. All right, thank you. Have a good one. I get a tax. I mean, not a tax write-off, but it gets. I get my receipt and I give it to HR, and HR pays me back for my boots.
That's cool. Kirsty, I'm about 50 miles outside of St. Louis.
Oh, the sun.
Yeah, it's supposed to get to 70 degrees here today.
Yeah, it's 80 here right now.
Damn.
Yeah, I miss the cold.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'd rather be cold than hot. You can only take off so many clothes, but you can put a bunch on to stay warm.
Ain't that the truth, sis? Yeah. See, at least I know that this place isn't hurting as bad as in the city. Because, and that's good, because this is more of a rural area that I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing people don't understand, The rural areas are the ones that are least to get hurt.
Yep.
During this.
A lot of people know, don't come try and steal my crap. The people in the country have guns.
Right? And that's good. But the thing is, I mean, there's more people in the city than there is in the country.
Yeah.
No. I got somebody else in her.
Yeah,
I got somebody else in here.
Wednesday and Thursday.
Hey, see,
yeah, I live way out in the boonies.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah. I live out.
I can't.
Hi, brother.
I live
out in the middle of the woods too, but I'm like 30 minutes away from San Antonio. major city. So a majority of people come through our area to get to the city. And
really?
yeah, so that's why our small little grocery store and everything's being affected, because they come out to Spring Branch to get their meat because it's cheaper out where we are. And we still had we stockpile meat, but now it's gone because everybody's coming and getting meat from us.
Yeah.
But I really don't have to worry about meat because I got deer on my land.
Yep. So do we. And a deep freeze.
Yes, ma'am. I got 3 deep freezers.
There you go. Yeah, see, I'm about 50 to 70 miles outside of a major city, which is St. Louis. So all around me is all rural towns.
And
So we have like
CR.
country markets to where they butcher their own meat. So that gives us more of a discount too.
Oh yeah. Hey Shadow, how you doing, brother?
What up, Shadow?
And CR lives in the city.
I live in Canada too.
I've done that, but no thank you, I'll pass.
I live in Canada too. Oh, and it's cold with snow.
Yeah.
I'm not a people person. I mean, like, to live in the city, I just can't do it.
It grows on you. The convenience of everything grows on you.
Yeah, that would be okay, but I'd rather just go ahead and hook up a horse if I gotta. I'll get there.
That is, yep. I understand. All right, I gotta go in and get me some cancer sticks.
Yeah. That's where Mark's at right now, getting our cancer sticks.
So what's up, CR? How you doing, brother?
It's cold here.
Thank you, sir.
It's like what, minus 11 Fahrenheit, minus 24 Celsius. It's cold.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's cold everywhere in Canada right now.
Yeah.
It is February.
No,
February.
Hello.
Me too, Kirsty.
I need a pack of Lucky Strike Red 100s.
Lucky Strike. Wow, them are rough.
Oh, check out the wallet. He's got the wallet.
Ooh. I smoke Leggett. I don't know if you guys have them or
not. Oh, yeah, we do.
He's right here.
And I don't need my receipt. I don't need to remind myself I'm guilty.
Oh, I got to have all my receipts or I'll forget to take it out of the checkbook and we're screwed.
Right. Thanks. Here you go, sir. Thank you. You're welcome.
Matt, did you get a haircut?
Yes, I did, ma'am. Yeah, I got I don't know what they call it. Call it a crow's cut or something. I don't know.
At least the beard's back.
Yeah. For a little bit.
For now. Summertime, you probably get rid of it.
That reminds me.
I'll get rid of it when my vice president comes for the company.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm supposed to be clean shaven.
Yeah. But my youngest is a security guard.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
Yeah.
Level 3, level 2, what?
I'm not sure. She's going to be training to carry a weapon.
Okay, so she's a level 2. Then she'll move to level 3, which is armed security.
Yep.
It's not bad. I mean, you don't
never
really.
Tried him, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
I never heard of American Spirit. Oh, yes, I have, but I don't think I've ever tried him.
That's why
they're expensive. Yeah. They're the expensive Native American cigarettes. That's all natural. Anyways, Shadow, there's a link in the chat.
Yeah, come on, man.
You wanna? Yeah. What CR said.
Yeah, come on, and we can chat it up. Both of them.
I don't know where Eli disappeared. I was like, "Come on, Eli." He's gone.
I know Eli's somewhere.
Charging his phone. He's charging his phone. I got to charge the phone first.
He went for lunch and got pizza.
Oh yeah, right. He's probably eating. He's like, "I'm eating, guys. Hold on, give me 5."
Yep. That's all Eli does. He asks questions and eats pizza.
Right.
Hey, Second Star, I was not asking.
He can do whatever he wants. I'm just glad he's here.
I don't know if you saw my comment on the side chat when you were in the store. Did you know?
No, what?
I was going to say, one of the things that I'm trying to pick up more on is the dry stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about noodles, but diversifying.
Yeah, that's one of the things really, like, in a lot of majority of major cities and stuff, that's the one thing that doesn't get touched is like beans and rice and flour, because a lot of the younger, well, yeah, I mean, for the long-term storage and everything, but you gotta realize that a lot of the younger generation don't know how to cook with that stuff.
Yeah.
And
I got like 3 boxes of beans in my spare bedroom.
Yeah. And, you know, like the older generation and stuff like that, yeah, if something major happened, like here in Texas, you know, we have a huge Hispanic population. And all of them, you know, like all of them know how to cook from scratch. So
he's in the basement.
Oh, basement.
Yeah.
Basement.
I just saw that. See, Shadow, I'm looking out for you.
Thank you, Shadow, because I can't see. I'm blinded right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Shadow.
That's why we're here,
buddy.
right? We're co-hosts.
Hello.
I'm not a mod.
I just got back home from work, so.
Yeah. I was gonna say Second Star before either one is that I've been looking for like powdered milk now, even popcorn kernels. Popcorn's a source of carbs.
Yeah,
I can store that.
$14 a pack, Carl. Holy cow!
Wait, what?
His cigarettes $14 a pack.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'd quit.
Yeah, right. I'll quit.
Well, I mean, I grow my own tobacco, so, but the processing and everything of it, like I've got 21 pounds of natural Cherokee Gold tobacco drying right now, but I have to wait 6 months for it to dry out before I can use it as tobacco.
See, so it's not ready.
Right.
It's not ready.
Yeah, and that's why I've been buying cigarettes, because usually I'll sit on camera and, you know, roll my tobacco. But
marijuana don't take as long to cure.
Yeah,
well, we know that.
Yeah. Well, tobacco, like natural tobacco, is actually poisonous to you. Like if it's not completely dried out. So you have to dry it out. You have to go through the whole entire curing process and everything of tobacco. Then you can smoke it. But
did you see what Kirsty said? Kirsty said, Matt, can you make a checklist of survival stuff for people to go over?
Yeah,
well,
I'm trying to
get into that. I'm trying to segue it in here for us.
Yeah. Well, that's $19 pack, no car off.
I thought we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Well, let's make a shopping list, everyone.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't really like telling people what they should buy. I'll give the basics, but each person's different. Each person has a different set of skills and different know-how on different, tools and whatever. And what I know and what CR knows and what Shadow knows and what Maria knows and everybody else is completely different.
And it's
based
what you
on
can get too.
Lots of salt, Kirsty. Lots of salt.
My priorities up here may be, winter stuff at times.
Right.
You guys down south, it's like, what?
Yeah, here in Texas, it's all about
once in a century thing down there.
Yeah. Like,
I think it still comes back to like the necessities, right? You still need to control your core body temperature, where it be for cooling or for heat. Still need water. Yep. Still need food.
I got 4 cases of water in the spare bedroom that we don't use. Good. We keep it and don't use it. And I've been saving my milk jugs, and I've been boiling water and filling them with water and storing them as well.
See, the thing that you need to do when preparing in like milk jugs and stuff like that, sis, is you still have to continuously purify it, because it was purified water at one point with chemicals, and the chemicals break down and make the water go bad. So when you're stuck,
because
do what, brother?
And make sure light doesn't get into it.
Hey,
so if it's a clear container or a translucent container, I just wrap it in a garbage bag. At least so light can't get into it.
Right.
Yeah, because light and stuff will mess with it too, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. See, I was always taught. I was always taught for every 1 gallon, you put 2 drops of unscented bleach in it, and you mix it up inside of it, and it purifies the water and it keeps it safe for another 6 months.
Now, what about bottled water? Does that stay good?
Well, bottled water has that same issue with being transparent.
Yeah.
The container. So you still have to store it relatively away from light. I mean, if it's in a backpack, it's probably fine for a bit.
Well, also you got to make sure that the thing isn't BPA plastic.
Yeah,
because the BPA plastic breaks down. They're glass bottles.
Plastic.
Okay, yeah. If they're plastic, you need to check and see if they got BPA in it.
Okay.
If it says BPA free, then you can use it. So
it's better to store it in glass?
Well,
yes.
Some people can, right? Some people can their water too.
Yes.
That's another option too.
Oh,
you can use those containers that you would come with water, like those cooler type of containers. I used one the other day. So
it's really best to store water in food grade containers. Like you can go, hey Warhorse, OCO brother, hey Mountain Grandmother, hey Momo bro. It's better to, you can go to Walmart, you can go to local bakeries, anything like that, and get their food grade icing buckets. They're like 2 gallon to 4 gallon buckets. It's got a O-ring seal on the top of it where the lid is. Then fill it with water and put the lid on it. The O-ring will keep any contaminants out of the water for long-term use.
Okay. Long-term storage?
Yeah. You don't want any kind of plastic that's going to break down after long term.
Okay.
Because even though plastic is one of the hardest materials to break down, but when
it still does.
Yeah, when it's in, extreme sunlight or water, stuff like that, it's still the things like water and stuff like that, because it's got sodium in the water, and it will break down the plastics with the sodium.
Even if you boil it?
Yeah, even if you boil it.
Go lay down, Marty. We understand that.
But the thing is, I mean, water will always, I mean, water can always be purified. And even if your water situation is bad, it's tainted, it's stagnant, anything like that, you can still, well, you can, if it's a stagnant pool of water that's dirty, it has, you know, algae in it, it has dead animals, feces, stuff like that around, you can, a lot of survivalists won't tell you this, but you can put water in an enema and inject it into your body that way. You won't quench your thirst, but you'll keep your body hydrated.
And you'll get the shits at the same time.
Yes. Well,
yeah, what she said.
Mean, yeah. It's.
But then wouldn't that dehydrate you?
No, because it's a natural. It's a natural laxative, because when you're dehydrated, you get constipated. You can't do anything. So you're helping yourself, and your intestines are filtrating the nasty water for you.
Yeah. I actually have a neighbor who uses the tablets to pass drug tests.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it happens. Hey, Steve, how you doing? How you doing, brother? Hey, Guardian, you can get up here if you want to. I can have 2 more people up here.
I'm gonna be blazing soon myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My meds are kicking in. I'll be all kinds of wonky up here.
I understand, sis. You're in a lot of pain right now.
Oh my God, it's a bad day too.
Yes.
I had a bad day yesterday too, but at least I don't have staples. That's a plus.
Right.
Because last time I had staples, I iced all the way to the doctor so I wouldn't feel them take them out.
Yeah.
It worked. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to get off here and probably have to lay down so I don't fall down.
All right.
No, not them kind of staples now. That would suck. No, right. I just had surgery.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I know. That'd be kind of a hell of a thing to staple your shit together.
Right.
But I'll talk to you later, brothers. Nice to meet you guys.
Take care, sis.
All right, I will.
Bye.
Stay safe. Take care. God bless.
Ooh, I'm in the middle. I'm in the
middle. So,
don't squish me. I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah. So how is the situation in Canada right now? I'm not talking about
what is going on. Let's go outside of what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on. I won't get into that. At least not.
Well, I mean, food wise, like, is y'all's store still stocked? Or?
Well, there's 2 things I want to say. I mentioned this on. I should point right.
Yeah.
On Shadow's stream before, back when he did the stream 2 weeks ago, when this first started, I said, regardless of what happens, we still need to be prepping and being proactive. Regardless if it went this way or that way, for or against, Because when it comes back down to it, it's still survival, right? So you still need food and water and such to keep going.
Yeah.
Really, GP? You had to put that in there.
And Shadow, how's the situation where you are? I mean, have you seen anything with like food shortages coming in, like lack of stock or anything?
Not really. But I have noticed I go and do my shopping at a local grocery store nearby. And we call it the grocery store is name is Coop, COOP. So, and
Yeah,
their
I've heard
brand,
of that.
yeah, and their brand,
Oh yeah. We have
the
something like
brand,
that here.
their canned tuna, their own brand canned tuna. I could buy that. I could buy one can for 5-6 crowns, and you know what? One can now 16.90 crowns.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So the inflation has hit.
Yeah. I have some of that.
Well, it's like what I was talking about with our 24 packs of bottled water here. They used to be $3.50 for a 24 pack, and now that exact same brand and 24 pack is now almost $8 for a pack of bottled waters. So, and everything has been going up slowly, like specific brands of bread, like Walmart brand or whatever, was like 88 cents a loaf, and now it's $1.19 a loaf. But people are still saying, "Oh, that's cheap." That's cheap. It's just supply and demand raise the price. And I'm like, no, there's other reasons why it's going up in price, is because they're trying to make their money before they don't have it no more.
Well, it's still business, right? You still have to make money. Business is about making money. Regardless if it's food, water, pre-made kit, or anything, they're not selling it to you at cost. Probably not. Probably not, right? Yeah. And I was gonna say Second Star. I've seen places, some of the smaller, isolated places closed down on the outskirts. The corner store per se.
Yeah,
they're starting to shut it down. It's not profitable. They can't maintain it. Yep. So some of the businesses are downsizing too. So it's very much more apparent now.
And that's happening out here too. Like, I used to shop mom and pops, like home, like grocery stores that have been around in the community for the last 50 to 100 years. But now, with everything that's going on, those smaller grocery stores, they can't keep any stock or anything because it's all going to the bigger stores, and they get the last bit of whatever, because they don't pay as much, or they don't get as much stock as, say, Walmart does or another big name grocery store.
Well, yeah, and their profit margin at all is like itty bitty, right?
Right.
They still have to pay for power. They still have to pay for to pay the workers, right, and stuff like that. Obviously, insurance.
Oh yeah, most of the time they don't. They
taxes and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, like some of these places, it's just the owner and his wife that does all the stocking, all the, checkout. They do all they don't even have employees because they can't afford it, and that's why I try to support them, is because they're just barely scraping by as it is. It's not like there's a place called the Outpost or Stagecoach Outpost, and it used to be a stagecoach supply chain back 150 years ago for rural counties and everything. But since there's no stagecoaches and there's nothing, they don't need to stock up on 2 or 3 weeks of worth of supplies, and there's like 3 big name grocery stores down the street from them that you can get the same loaf of bread for $2 cheaper. So
just to add, Stranger Times is mentioning about growing your own veggies or gardening.
Yes, sir.
Like that. Well, the thing is, you have to start it, right? Just putting in the seeds in the ground doesn't cut it. Like, literally, it doesn't cut it. Because you have to gain the experience behind it, the knowledge behind it too, right? It's just like tomatoes, for example. You gotta kind of know what you're doing there. Because also, when you're trying to produce or grow something, you want the best yield. Well, quality and quantity. As much as possible.
I mean, it's survival.
You gotta get your hands in the dirt, right?
Yeah, I mean, you want the most production that you can get out of everything.
Yeah,
and I learned from my grandfather how to save on buying multiple tomato plants and everything. Is when the tomato plant is growing, you take the bottom 2 vines of the tomato plant and you bury them in the ground beside it, and those plants will grow. They'll grow new tomato plants off of that
the sucker
plant. Yeah, the 2 bottom branches on the very bottom of it, they're called growth vines. And what you do is you just bury it in the ground and it will grow root. It'll grow a root system and grow a completely new tomato plant out of it. And that's you get 3 plants out of 1 plant doing that way, daisy chaining them. And a lot of people don't know that either,
It's like, what's that? I don't know.
Yeah. But the thing is starting your garden. You just putting the seeds in the ground and starting the garden. You're already 3 steps ahead of anybody else in a SHTF situation. I mean, and I know it's kind of hard to hide what you're doing and everything in places like UK and stuff where your neighbors are literally like so close to you, but it's better to have that garden and let them know that you have a garden than starve. Take the chances with it.
You gotta make that choice, right? The worst of the 2 evils, as they say, right? What's gonna be worse, right?
Right.
Having some food still, or none at all.
Hey, welcome everybody to the glorious Guardian Prepper.
Hey, how you guys doing? Are you well?
Oh, doing good, brother.
Awesome.
How about
this
you?
Awesome.
So, how's the situation in your area, Guardian?
Well, there was a political thing that was said recently, quite an extreme thing. I won't go into it, what was said, but politics being politics. So other than that, things are good. Just so excited when you guys are speaking about the gardening as well, because there's some gardening that I've got done recently. I'm doing like quite a big video on it, where my garden kind of got grown, and I've had to reduce everything and start again. So yeah, that's awesome, CR.
That's great to hear, brother. Like, and see here, like here in the States, if you have your own land and everything, it's better to wild grow your garden vegetable. Like, let it grow in with the wilderness around you, especially if you're going from a prepper standpoint or anything like that, because wild growing your garden and letting it self pollinate, let it self grow itself, like tomatoes are meant to drop the last the bottom 4 tomatoes onto the ground and spread the seeds out so you have more plants. And kind of the same way with potatoes also. That's why potatoes self-pollinate all the time. Instead of pulling up the whole entire root system and taking all the potatoes, take just the top part of the potatoes and let the bottom ones sprout and grow wild, because they will continuously grow over and over again, especially root system vegetables.
Yes, these are actually seeds, tomato seeds, by the way.
Yeah, I sun dry tomatoes and take them with me.
These are the seeds that I got from the 2021 season.
Nice.
So
nice.
Cross my fingers. So we'll see. But, right.
I mean, and also another thing with if you're going to harvest your own seeds, you may have 150 seeds of one plant. But the bad thing is you may get 75 of those seeds to actually sprout. But then you may only get 35 of those seeds to actually grow into an actual plant, because you got to take wildlife and everything else into consideration by taking away from you.
Well, not only wildlife, but nature itself. What happens if it hails? You get too much water, the skin of the tomato bursts, starts to rip and stuff like that. Blight. It's a great concern with tomatoes and stuff like that. That's one of those things, right? Or for me, there's this random, let's just have some frost and some snow in the middle of May. Again.
Yeah, you gotta love wonderful frost.
Yeah, right. So I think that's why you increase the numbers, right? Increase the chance of it. As much as
always. It's just like prep.
Or spread your eggs out. Maybe it's like, hey, I got a spare plant. Do you want one? Okay, CR. Then they can have a chance at it and stuff like that. Because let's say you only have, let's say for sake of simplicity, 1 square foot or whatever, right? Well, someone else has another square foot, so they could be growing over there, and then you start to propagate it out, and it's like more people have it. If the seeds are saved, then in time, maybe your seed just goes from like a couple of little seeds to, hey, now I got a handful. Now I got a box. Now I get a whole room.
Yes, sir.
Within time, right? And since they grew in your climate, they should be more adapted to your climate in terms of your physical, what's used to, in terms of heat, water, cold, whatever.
Yeah. And, I really don't like it when people, no offense, Shadow, I know you live in a apartment, but a lot of people complain that, I don't have enough room to grow anything or whatever. Hold on. Welcome back.
Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. I'm trying to swipe it. I'm just like, no, I don't know why it refreshes like that. So annoying.
But I really hate people saying that they don't have enough space to grow like inside or anything like that. And that's not true. I mean, you literally can grow a lot of stuff in a 5x5 space. like like the size of a cardboard box, you can grow a self-sufficient one person meal, I mean, like ingredients, vegetables, whatever. Especially if you got something that produces mass amounts of things. Like instead of putting a potted plant there, put 5 cut a potato
Green
in 5
onion.
spilts and grow,
Green onion
yeah,
it's straight, right? You don't actually need that much space.
Right. And you could put green onions in a windowsill, and it doesn't take up
vitamin
C.
Space. You don't get scurvy anytime soon with that.
Right. Yeah, I think
and it tends to handle cold better than some other plants.
Sorry,
yeah. Go ahead, Guardian.
No, I was just going to say, if you've got about 1 meter, which is about 3 foot, and you can
3.28 feet.
Yeah, I love you, man. if you grow vertically, right, that's the whole goal then, right? Just make sure that your soil and your nutrition is up, and you've got to obviously rotate that soil over time. Whilst if you grow too much vegetables in like a vertical plot, you're going to end up in problems. Yeah, exactly. And it's so useful.
No, these aren't seeds. I'm going to be using this like fertilizer later. Yeah, I've seen this. I've shown them. I have more than this. That's just a sample.
Do you use rabbit stools at all?
Do
you use rabbit droppings in that?
Not yet.
Yeah, if you can.
I hope to. Well, yeah, I kind of figure, okay, if food is such a big thing right now, obviously, well, people may want to grow stuff. And what's going to happen when people want to grow stuff? Fertilizer, right? Because they want to increase the yield. Because I've been thinking to myself, I'm like, if the seeds were going last year, fertilizer's going to be one of those things this year, for sure. So I figured, I'll go natural. This'll disappear. I put this in the ground, it'll disappear within the year.
Yeah. It's just
feed the soil to feed the plants.
Right. I always tell people, if there's a will, there's a way. No matter where you're at. If you have the will to survive, if you have the will to struggle, you will survive. I mean, it's from growing your own food, to hunting, to doing anything. Anybody, I could take a lobotomized lab rat and teach it how to hunt, but it's up to that.
If it's not on video, it doesn't count.
Right.
Just kidding.
But it's the old saying, you can give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day, but teach a man to fish, he'll eat forever,
Well, can I get the fish for one fish, then teach me, so I have at least one for the day?
Right.
So I can catch the next one, right? Best of both, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing in terms of getting this food right now. Yeah, but garden 2 or these other things, stretch it out a little bit more.
So I was also watching a Les Stroud little documentary today where Les Stroud kind of like he's reviewing some of the movies, some survival movies and that. And you guys probably seen that.
It took you that long to see that? I already seen that.
No, I saw that long ago. I know I saw that long ago, but I've just rewatched it now. Like I rewatched it today. Like it came up as a YouTube recommendation, so I was like, hey. And it's just like some of it's really good if you haven't seen it. But like he was just speaking about, some of the foraging and some of the grubs, and a lot of the time when he's been in as extreme situations as he's been in, that like a lot of the time it comes down as well to just basically getting any nutrition. And then my wife and I were speaking about this documentary, that other documentary that we watched, because we really enjoy like documentaries and like nonfiction. And yeah, there's these guys that in situations where all they can really, just besides for that, sorry, one thing. So a friend of mine also made a video recently of people that are going through things where they'll literally like get any grain that they can, like they're busy distributing grain to people, right? And like even the smallest pieces of grain and stuff they're picking up. And it's those type of footages where you see people truly living in harsh survival situations, like completely, where there's people living in SHTF right now, extremely, like that are going through incredible poverty in that.
People are evacuating right now. I've seen the bags. People with bags on them, suitcases and stuff like that. They're literally bugging out, out. And for some of them, it might be I'm never coming back home kind of deal, or for a long time.
There's people here in San Antonio that are literally sold their houses and everything and trying to find any spot of land away from major civilization to retreat to. And I'm talking about doctors, lawyers, stuff like that. People that don't have any idea on homesteading or anything like that, and they're just doing it,
So I'll tell you, I just wanted to say, before I continue with that, I just wanted to say hello to Carl Williams, who's in the chat. I didn't greet you earlier, and it's good to see you, stranger times. Thanks for the conversation and also asking me how things are going on this side. But yeah, I also wanted to just, put out there some of the most easiest foods that hardly anyone can fail with as well. Like some easy foods that are quick to grow, like beans, potatoes, having those available so that you can quickly grow them. Potatoes surprisingly fast, like sweet potatoes as well with yams, some garlic and that. And there's just a couple of, and obviously making sure that you've got heirloom seeds for all of them. Obviously potatoes, you can't really do the heirloom seeds for as easily. You can to a degree because of the art thing, but it's still better to have proper potatoes to plant. But just looking at what grows really quickly in your region as well, and understanding that it is going to be the foraging side of things a lot of the time. Also understanding what plants are in your region, what's edible. Just getting the basic concept of those things, so that in times of desperation, that you just have a quick access to food.
Well, can I just add to that? If you can find wild edibles or whatever, right? Let's just say, wild green onion, wild chives, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, I think an important thing to remember is to properly identify them.
Well, also plantain,
knowledge, right?
Plantain, and dandelions, and those stuff type of things.
Yeah. But also, if you see them, try to propagate them more so more of it grows, and don't just harvest the whole thing and leave nothing, right? You want it so you can come back and there's still more. You come back again, there's still even more, and then next thing you know, hey, there's a whole field of green onion. GP, I don't know how this happened. I just threw a couple seeds.
Well,
no. Yeah, go ahead, second stuff.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, even somebody like Les Stroud and everything has shown that nobody, none of us are complete masters at anything that we do. Like he was in somewhere in Canada, and they grow wild cucumbers right there. But the thing is, there's also another plant that's poisonous that has a slight difference to the wild cucumber plant. And he was looking at it. He said it looks just like what it is in the books. It smells, it tastes just like how it's described in the books. And he opened up the tuber and everything and ate it. It was sweet. It tasted just like wild cucumber. But 3 hours later, he realized that it wasn't wild cucumber and was throwing up and was sick. And that's another thing that you have to watch out for, is unless you literally have that book in your hand to know everything different about it, you really can't rely on your mental knowledge of what you've read, what you studied, and everything, and be out there and 100% accurately judge whatever you're eating, you know?
Yeah, not everything's as easy as a dandelion or cattail, right? Or wild green onion or chives. Something it's more like on the mushroom scale. It's like, yeah, definitely know what you're doing. Can we get into something right here? Because Strange Times and Carl are saying something about compost and all this other stuff.
I'm going in and get me some more coffee.
All right, brother.
You know, coffee grounds, eggshells, you know, stuff like that. I mean, this is just vegetable, fruit-based stuff, right? It's natural. I know you'll add something in. You'll add something in, right? I've just increased the surface area a lot more, so it will break down faster in the season. Because I'm actually trying to build it up. So I actually want it to break down faster right now. You know, in time, I might just slow it down. So it's just like, I'll put a whole thing in, but because not everyone has the space or the time or the resources to make a big compost pile, like hot compost and stuff like that. And not everyone has the money, $400, $500, $600 to get these food recycle things too. So, and not everyone has worms. All right, so you're gonna do what you're gonna do. But adding stuff like this in would help in time. You know, I mean, I showed the eggshells one of the last times I was on.
Getting the worms. Sorry, Sia, go ahead.
I was gonna say was, you know, and increasing the surface area so it actually breaks down faster too. For you to use, if you're using this, want to use this a little bit sooner. Now, obviously, this is a natural approach, so it's not a liquid fertilizer, so it takes a little bit more time. That's why I added some back in the fall before the snow, and once the snow melts, I'll add a little bit more in until like it's actually spring, and just kind of keep it going. You know, this is my second or third year of doing this now, and I'm seeing encouraging results that make me want to keep doing this. It's like, well, I got a lot of tomatoes. You know, when I'm getting like, you know, some grape tomatoes that are like 40 on a plant, I'd be like, well, I'm doing something. I must be doing something right, because it didn't die, and I still have, you know, I have like a lot of them, and some of them are pretty big. So, yeah, it was very encouraging.
All right, Guardian, what were you gonna say?
No,
Guardian.
Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my camera here for a moment. I apologize.
Well, I was gonna say, a lot of people don't understand that coffee grounds are a reusable substance. Like, that's really what helped the United States during World War II. It's called Roosevelt coffee. Like,
see, coffee. That's why I support coffee.
I mean, you use your coffee grounds and you take it out, you sun dry them, you dry it back out and everything, and you reuse it, and you get less caffeine, less coffee flavor. It's more like murky water, but it's still reusable. And then after you get everything that you need out of it, then compost it. You know what I mean?
Can I just add to that? I've known there's other ways. I've picked up some other ways to reuse coffee grounds now. There are still, in terms of, I've learned how to use it here in Canada during the winter, and I have shown this before. You can actually use it as an insulator for like a rocket stove, because it's already been roasted, right? So it actually it takes a higher temperature to actually burn it to ash, and it'll be an insulator. So I've done that before. And here in the winter, I'll sprinkle it over the beds in the winter. So as the snow melts, the surface becomes darker because the coffee grounds are there, and it actually promotes more of the melting. So it exposes more, melts the snow faster in terms of, because it's a darker surface.
Yeah. And you can also,
and I'm already putting the grounds out there, so they'll automatically just sit on the ground and mix in.
Yeah.
As a natural
you can also wrap it in the coffee filter after it's soaked and everything. You can wrap it up and dry out that whole entire bag and light the coffee filter on fire, and it's a flame extender also, because when the fire actually hits it's fire roasted, so it's pretty much like char cloth, and it holds the flame onto it. So, I mean, there's multiple uses for
coffee,
pretty much everything.
See, that's why I gave up on soda and went back to coffee. I'm like, yes, coffee all the way.
And also, like cotton wool itself compresses so nicely. So you can take like cotton wool and compress it down to be almost like nothing if you just squish it enough as well with like a press, like a vise, and you can compress it enough, cotton wool, and then you can package it so that it's an incredibly large amount of tinder for long term. But you could always just make feather sticks. Feather sticks are pretty good, but feather sticks with a little bit of cotton wool can do wonders with it. It's really good.
Or if you're not really good at making feather sticks or whatever, I think I've mentioned this before, a pencil sharpener. I mean, not everyone can make feather sticks, right? If you have someone younger or whatever, they're not used to a knife, they haven't made feather sticks before. Most people can use a pencil sharpener. Most people, right?
Yeah.
And I can do this in a chair, right? I can do this and make shavings to increase surface area, right? Surface area is important when it comes to fire. With a pencil sharpener, I can do this in a chair. I can do this in a bed. I can do this under the covers, right? You're not doing that with a knife. I'm making feather sticks on my lap. No.
I'm going to show you something real quick as well. Just give me 1 moment.
No. I guess he'll answer it when he goes back. Yes, coffee rule. Yes. You done say something in there, Shadow?
Hi, Shadow.
Yeah. You're part of this conversation too, right?
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
I was just a little bit busy. I didn't want an echo or something. That's why I muted.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. I mean, I understand everybody's got life outside of YouTube.
Hopefully you're prepping it too.
Yeah. But I mean, it seems like with our channels and everything, we're beating a dead horse with a stick. You know what I mean? On like telling people how to do this, how to do that, what better ways to help people, help individuals and stuff. But in reality, it's like, will they do it? Or do they have the willpower to do it and continue it on after they see the bad side of everything that we're doing? Like the money it costs to prep, the time, the effort to keep a homestead up and running,
time to learn skills and knowledge too, and the experience, right? Experience takes time too, right?
Yeah,
not everyone can just learn something one night.
It's hard. It's hard for an independent person to keep up with everything the mental capacity, the stress, all that stuff.
Just keep making progress, right? I mean, just keep making positive forward progress in it. Like for example, right? I think all of us can agree that we all didn't know something back then, but within time learned more and more and started to add to the knowledge bank, more skills, gain some more experience, good or bad, right? And start to understand these things. It's just like I always use this as an analogy. It's like the cordage, the paracord. That kind of gear, it's nice to have, but knowledge and skills really help it out more.
Well, like what you said about paracord, a lot of people don't talk about the downsides of paracord, like that it stretches over time, that it becomes malleable. I mean, like it doesn't keep its sturdiness after 4 or 5 uses on it on tightly pulled. It has multiple uses, yes, but I mean everything has its strengths and its weaknesses.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not dynamic like rope is.
Right.
It is static line. Well, static.
So. Yeah, but look at all these like survivalists and preppers and all this stuff. It's like that's their go-to on it before anything else is paracord this, paracord that, but they don't. I mean, and they say, oh, it's a godsend to use this, but
just our tool.
I don't think
to use.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess that's where something like nails and screws are probably, instead of tying something, you're actually nailing and screwing the shelter together instead of just tying it together.
Right.
So yeah, that's the thing. If you have a bulk amount of nails as well, obviously screws are better in some ways for long term, but nails are such a good job for like a quick shelter. If you set it up. So.
Right. I mean,
Sorry. Second star.
Oh, you're good, brother. You're good. Anytime you want to talk, just say, "Hey, shut up." But
I agree. Same with
you
me,
can
bro.
say that to me too. I get the point. Okay.
But the thing is a lot of people are afraid of the weight and everything. It's great to have stockpiles of nails and screws and stuff on your homestead, but like if you had to get your inch bag and say I'm never coming home because I can't get home or whatever, you don't want to be carrying a 15-pound tote of nails and screws or whatever with you and wood or whatever, but carry like 3 nails with you, then you can make impromptu traps, fish
or cash
gigs
it along the way.
Yeah, or trade.
Well, I think I'd cash it because as long as you keep it dry, food.
Mm-hmm.
No one's it doesn't. It's not food. It's not a water filter. It's not a knife, right? It doesn't have that instant. It's
going to help
the resource. Yeah, the resource doesn't seem like it's a something I can't think of.
So you speak about the inch capability of having nails and screws, right? And these things I've thought about for a really, really long time, and I built up something as well that I can show you quickly.
Yeah.
Ooh, let there be light.
If you look in here, this is roughly the size of my hand, all right? And if you look in this inside here, I'll show you. just double click my screen quickly. Second stop, if you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you highlight
solo?
them?
Yeah, gotcha. Boom. Nice.
Whoa. Wow,
So,
GB, you really nailed it there. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
those 3/4 inch nails.
Definitely nailed it.
Yeah, you can make me small again. I feel like we're being censored there, so thank you. I appreciate it.
I got you, brother.
But you see what I'm talking about, though? Like how you can use that for a very long term. How you're still gonna. There's roughly you're looking at about 600 to 700 nails inside here. So for the amount that it is quite weighty, I understand. But you can also have them preloaded into caches if you have caches throughout your region. So you can.
That's probably a better way of going about it.
Yes, it is.
You can only. I mean, that's probably like 2 pounds, right? So.
Well, yeah, you're looking at a decent amount of weight as well. But if you have like a toolkit specifically with tools, like primarily devoted towards tools, and you have a capacity to be able to load that onto an external vehicle, such as an adventure motorcycle, just giving a random example, or something like that. Yeah. Then you have the
convenience. Then it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in the vehicle or something like that, your truck, car, whatever, right?
Of course.
I mean, bicycle or anything like that. I don't know if you want to walk, get back home with that. Per se. That might be a little much, right? I think that's the trade-off, right? I think nails and screws are more for a long-term, stationary, shelter-in-place kind of, or it's along your path. I don't know if anyone's gonna bring like 5 pounds of screws and nails with them. That out of their 20-pound pack, a quarter of it screws. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, if you look at, that's why the whole difference is between like a proper inch kit, which is more tool orientated, compared to having like a inch or a hiking more lighter pack. You can, when you start packing in tools, when it does come to inch kits, look, there's a big argument that I've brought up before from John, from the Warrior Poet Society. He brings up something that's very relevant regarding this, and he has a counter to why you shouldn't try and bug out and against bug out bags, and he's got a big argumentative point kind of against it. And the thing is, it all depends on your region and what the current like society is like that you're living in, and if you put that underneath a certain amount of strain, in which direction would it go? What are the things and external things that you need to look at? What is your current crime rate for where you're at? What is the current political climate? What is the current unemployment rate? How desperate are people already? How far would it push? How far would you need to push people in your current situation for them to be absolutely have the extremest amount of despair? And if people are living with a lot of poverty, such as South Africa, where I'm from as well, Carl, you mentioned earlier, I'm from South Africa, by the way, sorry for not answering earlier, but if you look at certain places, kind of having a community that you can have as part of an inch system is something that is more practical and logical. Unfortunately, that is the case. So there are arguments against it, and I understand them, but it depends on the person, really. So just give me 2 minutes, and then I'm listening, though.
This is one of my longer ones I have. Yeah. Like, literally, it's the only one I have. I actually found this. I probably could almost use this as a peg. Almost. It's a really kind of long nail. Could be useful.
And those nails you have, Guardian, you can make a fish spear of them, or a frog gig.
Well, it's something to create with, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of options. Just depends what you have in terms of materials and stuff like that. I mean,
that was just an idea what you could do. Use these nails for.
Mm-hmm. Well, nails and screw, are one of those things that have existed for a long period of time, and obviously now it's more modern because it's mass produced and stuff like that. Back then it was very sought after, right? Places would actually, we're moving out of this house. They would actually remove all the nails, and bring them. That's how useful it was in the past, before the mass production of them.
Yeah.
So nowadays we're so used to kind of, it's at the hardware store, it's at the, right?
But what happens when the hardware store gets raided? Exactly. What happens when the hardware store gets raided and you don't have access to it anymore? And the idea that during like a SHTF that you're going to be the first one at any of the stores that you want, and the whole idea about prepping is so that you don't have to like go and do, the whole scavenging and salvaging thing that we spoke about.
Yeah, because they're being proactive about it instead.
Yeah.
Right? What we said about the scavenging is just like it's an after thing, right? Only do it if you have to. It should be your primary source. If anything, you should be doing it right now already. I mean, prepping. That's scavenging, right? But
No. Some people have to, depending on the situation. Some people have to at the moment scavenge, as we were saying earlier.
Well, I think I found this like in a couple of years ago, right? It was just in the middle of the open. I was just like,
sorry guys, I'll be back in just a second.
Yeah. Right. Instead, this getting wasted, or someone else. Oh, look, I found more garbage here. No, that's not garbage. This is useful. It's not even rusted. I don't think it's that old, but it's just the way I found it. And stuff like that. I mean, like I said, I could use this like a peg. I could use it for a lot of different reasons. I could chip ice with it. Different uses for something like that.
You most likely have, even a piece of steel like that, you most likely have a large amount of uses for it if you look at, the redundancy itself. It's something where having an item like that can go really, really far. The compact nails specifically are definitely for, building a more fixed shelter as well for longer term. That's the primary purpose behind them. Whereas like the items, having like one or two good items that you showed earlier, like just one or two of those larger pins can absolutely help in so many different ways, specifically tying cordage down, making shelters, hanging things so that they're out of the trees from wild animals as well, making sure that your cordage as well, strapping onto them and making like better shelters. Sorry, go ahead, bro.
I was going to say, I can use this like a Marlin spike, right? Or toggle.
Yeah, you can even use it.
I could be using it with cordage too, right?
You can even, if you wanted to, you could actually make a bow drill from using it. You could carve out a bow drill.
This room. Hold on, I gotta go get it. Hold on.
You're always getting stuff.
That's great. I love these show and tell type of streams. They're awesome. So.
Okay, I don't actually have it, but it'll be a good enough analogy. I have shown this before with screw type of with hooks, screw hooks. Okay, this is a peg, but you'll get the idea. If this had screws on it, one thing I can do is I can actually join stuff together because it's got a hook on it with line, like cordage and stuff like that, if I needed to. So I can actually like join line together without actually tying it together. Like I can put two screws, like a longer type of branch or whatever, connect it, and like increase the ridge line if I had to when I physically can't join the cordage together because let's say it's 6 feet apart, but I have two screw hooks and this long branch that can cover that span, and I join them together. So the cordage should be over here and over here, and this section right here is like a 6 foot wide span, but the stick is long enough, and let's say an inch or two across, for example.
If you sharpen that, you could also use it as the front of a gaff hook. If you also tie it onto a piece to a rod or to a long stick, potentially, you can use it as a gaff hook for fishing if you needed to.
I see these things all the time when I go camping or whatever. Sometimes, not just the cordage, like I said before, but I mean, like sometimes I find some of this stuff, and I supplement my kits and bags with it.
Even the versatility. Yeah, like even the versatility of a tent peg. If you want, like, if there's a couple of situations where if you had a tent peg, just one available, it'd be so useful. And that's the thing as well, like just understanding something that is a lot harder to recreate out in nature. It seems like I'm all solo here, you guys, at the moment. But yeah, the thing is about recreating things out in nature, like making sure that you do have that dampener between the current state of life to a situation of, SHTF type scenario as well. And that's where it really extends to things that are very useful, where you don't, in the modern day, where you take them for granted to a degree. Like even a really strong pair of industrial scissors. I'd show you the scissors that I use at the moment. But I really have a very, very strong pair of scissors, and I have two of them specifically. And like, you don't always think about like, why would industrial scissors have such a good purpose? But I can guarantee you that, besides for having a couple of good knives, having a pair of industrial scissors can absolutely be very beneficial, like in the long term.
Well, scissor, I mean, if you're gonna have to cut a pant leg or whatever, scissors are probably a little bit more safer and a little bit easier to do. And remember, scissors are just two kind of wedges or knife edges coming across and shearing it, right?
Well, that, and then there's also...
when people think of cutting tools, everyone always thinks of axes and knives, right? Well, scissors and saws are cutting tools too. Because they cut through stuff, right? I mean,
so
they're still tools, right? I mean,
you see these? Yeah. And then you can also...
yeah.
They come apart. So like they really are strong industrial scissors that can last for a really long time. And they have been very useful
to
me.
Tang?
I've got two of them.
I say full tang, but you know what I mean. Is that full tang?
They're pretty much rat tails. The build of the blades themselves are pretty much rat tails. So 1 second.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, I had to cook Miss Star some food. Get her lunch fixed before I went to work.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww. Now everyone know. I'm waiting to see it in the side chat. Aww.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, I've got to let you guys, I've got to let myself out of here for now, though, because I've got a little bit of ups and downs.
All right, brother. Thank you for joining me, Guardian.
And all that. So yeah, I'll be in the chat though. I'll stay in the chat. And yeah, it's just really awesome to catch up. I love these little show and tell streams as well. And it's good to see you again, Shadow. Also, one more thing before I go, Shadow. This week Saturday, I will try much harder to be at home. This past Saturday, I was at family, and like the rest of the evening went pretty like late as well. But this week Saturday, I'm going to try and make sure that my lighting is a bit better and that I'm up on your stream if you're going to do one on Saturday, Shadow.
Yeah,
sweet.
That sounds good.
All right. Sorry to be so scarce lost in this last Saturday. Anyway, bye for now, everybody.
Take care, brother. Be safe out there.
Bye, friends. Bye-bye.
Bye, brother.
Ooh, well, if we are on the show and tell, okay? Tell business, okay?
Yes, sir.
I was
Tell
just
me,
showing,
guys, what do you think this is?
It looks like a spear tip.
No. I was gonna say it's a very narrow shovel.
No. Totally wrong. What are you use this for?
It's for gardening purposes, right?
Nope. This is used for splicing.
Oh, really?
Ah.
If you take a rope like this,
yeah,
and you can't get these up, you can't bend them up, okay?
Yeah.
You put these in between, and you put you put the end in there, and you just pull, and you pull this out.
Nice.
And this made my brother for me.
Ah.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what that reminds me of, Second Story and Shadow? That reminds me of this like little curved hook that I have. Well, a curved ball that I have. I use it for sewing purposes because I can actually remove the stitching and reuse the thread that's in there. I've shown it before. Actually, I use it the other day too.
This is also used when you do splicing and knots and things like that. More complicated knots, you can use this.
And
you have, awesome.
And you have
that looks useful.
And you have this one.
Ooh.
Also, where for if you do more complicated knots and
that looks like that version looks like what is it called? The spike hitch, where you put the spike in there.
And then we have this. This is a marlin spike.
Yeah, marlin spike.
Now that's a spike.
I like that.
This is pure iron.
That's nice.
Don't put that spike in my iced tea. Might be hard to drink that.
Guys, do you know what this is? This is made of wood.
I have an idea. I'll let Second Star go first and the side chat.
This one has a special name. It's a FID. FID.
Ah.
Used when you tie knots. Used even when you splice rope.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you something, Shadow. How come you never show me this when we're chatting? You never show anything like this on your stream. We're always just talking. You never show anything. I'm always showing everything.
Yeah, you're the show and tell guy. I am not. It's sometimes.
It's because we're co-hosts, right? We're co-hosts. Yeah, I get it. No one shows things on their own channels. Oh, bro, we're co-hosts. Okay, let's show you.
Now you get turned impressed, huh? But this can be used as a weapon, self-defense weapon as well.
Well, anything really can. I mean, even what I showed earlier could be.
Sorry, I've been talking this whole time and I accidentally hit the mic.
So you're speechless.
Yeah. That's me and technology for you.
Well, this is basically a splice needle. As you see, it's a bowl shape.
I guess these would be more advanced or intermediate type of tools to have. Beyond, saw, axes, multi-tools, something like that. Because these are very specific. Yeah, and also, I know, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Guardian. Yeah.
Guardian, I was doing it for like the last 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. I was talking and the mic was off. But the good thing about those is also if you had nothing else, like it would still be a good self-defense weapon also.
And this one you can get in a smaller size as well. So
yeah.
And they are not expensive.
Hey, there's been people that's been killed by butter knives. So
Oh, okay, since we're on that topic, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
get
I
your
won't say
bag
anything.
out, CR.
Maybe I won't say anything.
Y'all want to see something? Here, I'll show y'all.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go again.
Hold on. Camera back. Face the back.
Yeah, I know, Guardian. I saw that. I have that movie, so I watched that one a couple of times, so I know what he did with that mug.
Let me unlock my car real quick. Boom. All my stuff. My tent, my cooking pots, my bags, gloves.
Well, he's not afraid of off-spec right now.
My quick survive fire starters that I'm going to do a review on. I got sent this by somebody. They're supposed to be like waterproof, burns up to 10 minutes, over 750 degrees.
Have you tried it though?
Not yet, I haven't.
Well, that means it's just a theory.
Right? And I got a pistol crossbow.
Have you tried that?
No, I'm going to. I'm going to do a.
Really, second
I'm going to do a.
He's showing us all the stuff. He hasn't even tried it.
Nope, not yet.
But the key word is eventually you will. You want?
Yes.
I think that's the important thing, right? You know, try the stuff out. Don't assume so much.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's even the fire starters.
Pistol
I always say that
supposed
too.
to be like a 75-pound pull on it. I hope it doesn't like explode on me.
You can ask your wife, be like, "Can you stand by? Why? Just in case something happens here. I don't think it will, but I don't want to assume."
Right, Guardian? Yeah. I'm doing a lot of, especially if they open up any of my like go bag, like my inch bag or anything. It'd be like, I need to search your bag. I'll be like, you sure about that?
No, this is a tool. It's a tool.
Right.
It's a tool first. It's a tool first. I can totally explain this. It's a tool first. See, it does this. I can do this and that.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Thank you, Steve, brother.
Yeah. Some strange times we're living in. But strange times.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's like that's just my get home bag. Then, you know, like
take care of GP. I think he's out.
Oh, GP's gone.
Well, I guess he had to go.
Take care, brother. Take care. Thank you for coming and joining us.
You really nailed it for us.
Indeed.
He just read himself.
Indeed, he did.
Yeah, I mean, they around here, you know, they understand if you have a go bag or whatever, like for personal protection or a mini survival kit, stuff like that in your car, like they're decent with that. And, you know, there's a lot of people here that do camping all the time, you know, and So they don't really ask questions about it, but if
just be straight up about it. Be like, hey, this is a tool to help people with. This ain't
right.
All right, that's its primary use, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, the Swiss Army knife. No. Yeah, it might be a knife, but it's a tool first.
Yes.
Right. I'll be like, it's so I can help someone out if they're stuck in their vehicle and it flipped and it's burning. I can cut the seatbelt with it.
Right.
That's its primary use, kind of deal, right?
Yeah, I had a cop stop me and they searched my trunk and everything. They looked at all the stuff I had and they saw I had a roll of duct tape in there. And that raised suspicion with them because it's duct tape and, it's associated with like kidnapping people or whatever. And I was like, no, it's a good fire starter. And I was like, can I show you? And they were like, yeah, let's see. So
yeah, show them the skill. You're not just saying BS there, right? It's just like, this is for so I can fix my bumper if it fell off, right? To make an emergency bandage if I needed it, right?
Right.
What happens if my glass there was a shatter on my glass or something? I can patch it back up or something like that, right? That stuff that does happen, right?
Oh yeah,
stuff like that, right?
I mean, there's deer and everything out here. Like if you hit a deer with your car and you got to, put your bumper back on and got knocked off to get home, they understand that stuff.
I always say be straight up about it and be like, this is why I have it.
Yeah.
Everything else is secondary or afterthought, right? I don't think about that. That's not the primary use of this.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's my undercarriage that keeps rattling. This little car can't handle going down a dirt road, a gravel road, so it rattles.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand cars of today. They all want to fall apart.
that's your excuse. The duct tape, my car's falling apart.
Yeah.
It really is the truth. It's the truth. I'm not exaggerating. See this? Right. I already had to fix that already.
Yeah.
I live out in the country. I gotta make sure I can get the bumper back home.
Yeah. Like
there's no room in the back seat for the bumper.
Right. There ain't no room because all my stuff to fix it is in the back.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's, I've seen people with their latch or whatever on their trunk isn't working or whatever, so it doesn't stay closed. So, I mean, like cordage or tape would be useful in a situation like that because, frankly, no one should be driving with that up anyways, right? Because you can't see your rear view mirror, right? Yeah. You can't actually see. So it's dangerous in that way, right? Because you can't see your rear view mirror when you're looking back, right? Which also means that you have to rely on your side mirror as well. Then you have blind spot because you can't physically see that through your hood, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Hey Bama, how you doing?
Hi Bama.
Hey Bama.
It's just, I don't know. I'm happy about a lot of the rules and everything that have changed in Texas. Like you don't have to have a license or anything to carry a knife over 6 inches because there's a lot of country people out here that rely on Bowie knives and stuff like that to do their everyday tasks. But the thing is, if you're caught driving and you have that stuff on you, it's questionable. You know what I mean? Like, you're in the city, why do you have a Bowie knife on you? Well, I'm sorry, I just got done doing chores on my land and I forgot to take it off my belt.
That's why I'm a fan of multi-tools at times. Multi-tools tend to have that kind of appeal to it, where it's just like, you know.
Actually, here in Texas, you're looked down upon more for having a multi-tool because it's a multi-tool. You know, like you could break into stuff, you can cut wires, whatever with it. But like a Bowie knife, I mean, there's only so much you can do with a Bowie knife without causing suspicion. But
I can justify the pliers on multi-tool real easily.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I'm using it so I can pick up this mass and throw it in the garbage. Right? I don't want all this PPE littering the place, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what I would say, right? I'd be like,
oh yeah. I mean, you can. I mean, there's thousands of excuses why you have this or whatever, but it's. But the thing is like it's police officers,
And besides, I'd be like, well, if I'm biking or whatever, well, the multi-tool is there because, what happens if the screw comes loose, or I gotta retension the
right. Like I gotta pop off the top of my battery and fill it.
I don't need this tool for this. That is why I have this. All right, something like that.
All right, I'll be right back. I forgot my work shirt. I'll be right back.
He's not really prepared. Just kidding. Hopefully he didn't hear me. You got something to say, Shadow?
Well, I think I need to drop off. It's late and I need to go prepare for bed and get something to eat. And,
all right.
Well, go to bed friend. Because I have to go up.
Are you done wait for him?
3:30 tomorrow.
Oh, you're done wait for him, right?
So
take care of strange times.
Yeah. I need to get my beauty sleep.
It's a statutory holiday today here. So
yeah.
I got plenty of time.
Sorry if I couldn't stay any longer, but it is what it is. I need to have my sleep. Otherwise, I was fully sleepy at work.
I don't think he's gonna be that long. Well, we'll give him another minute. See if he comes back in another minute. I think you can spare a minute or two.
Oh, hopefully it doesn't take forever. Second star.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna take that long. He's just getting a shirt. It's not like he's trying to bug out right now. It shouldn't take that long.
Yeah. Take care, strangers.
Yeah.
Stranger times. No, I feel pretty tired now, so.
I can let him know if you're. Oh, there he is.
All right, everybody, I'm back.
Second star.
Yes.
Shadow's taking off here. He was just waiting for you to come back.
All right, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this short. Also, like
I need to prepare for bed. I have to go up early tomorrow, so.
All right, brother.
Take care, man.
Yeah. Take care.
Y'all take care. Thank y'all for coming up and everything and chatting with
Second
me.
Star, do you want to chat after?
Anytime.
I can't. I gotta call my work and everything and tell them I'm gonna be late. But
okay, everyone.
I'll send you a message. I'll send you a message on Twitter when I'm free. CR.
Twitter. I don't use Twitter.
Oh yeah, IG.
Yeah, on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram when you're free.
Yeah.
And we'll chat.
Sorry, I get them both mixed up.
One's a bird and one's something else.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, brothers.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Take care, CR. I'll send you a message, brother.
All right. Take care,
buddy. Take care, brother. All right, everybody. Y'all take care. I gotta get to work. My whole day's been thrown off. But yeah. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you all. Thank you everybody that was on chat with me. I love you all. Y'all take care, family, and always stay prepared because you never know what's going to happen in the next couple of years. So take care. Be safe. Bye, everybody. Bye.